Welcome back to U.S. Farm Report. We continue to digest these USDA reports with Darren Fry and Matt Bennett. And let's talk about quarterly stocks. First of all, on the corn, we came in almost 890 million bushels above last year. And I guess, Matt, do you think that number seems accurate with what we've seen with these strong cash basis levels in the country?
I mean, it's interesting to say the least. Average trade guess actually was 100 million bushel below where USDA came in. And as you suggested, there's a lot of places, especially in the West, that you're seeing awfully strong basis levels. Right here in the heart of central Illinois, we've had a very large processor push from 5 over to 25 over in a matter of days here over the last couple of weeks. And it's just evidenced, I think, of a grower who's fairly tight fisted. I'm not so sure that the corn's not there. I just think the growers had a really hard time coming to grips with such a drastically lower price than what we've become accustomed to over the last couple of years. So this stocks number did surprise me somewhat. I didn't think that we had quite as much on hand as what the USDA suggested, but again, that's a big task trying to get a handle on how much corn is out there. And right now, it sure looks like we've got plenty.
Yeah, no doubt. Soybeans, quarterly stocks there, Darren, were up 174 million bushels over last year. Does that seem maybe fair considering the slow export demand that we've seen?
Yeah, I would say that's fair. We were only up a little bit above where the trade estimates were, about 8 million bushels. And I do think that, just like Matt said with the corn and the strong basis, I think the spreads, especially inverted July over Nove and July over August, August over Nove, kind of leaves you a little bit baffled because we know that at the river terminal in St. Louis, they've been pushing the basis. Obviously, the spreads are inverted. The commercials are standing on those spreads. And you would think they were maybe going to have a smaller number, but we didn't get that either. So kind of throw your arms up. You never know what the government's going to come with.
Yeah. So the strong cash basis levels are more reflective, you think, of crush demand on beans?
Well, or just the fact that maybe the crop was a little bit larger last year than what the USDA stated, because I think we're using about what we expect. We know what crush is, on a monthly basis, and we know what exports are. And yet we're ending up with a little bit more inventory than what we expected, and especially given the inverted spreads.
Let's also talk about wheat. Quarterly stocks were actually up over last year, but acres were down from last year and from March. So what do you think, Matt? Was it kind of a wash or?
Yeah, I mean, the trade doesn't seem to think it was a wash. I mean, you've got wheat lower, but I mean, other than yesterday or Thursday, the wheat market has pretty much taken a beating here lately. Overall, I mean, basically, we've gone down almost a couple dollars here over the last month. Whenever you look at July Chicago wheat, so it's been a pretty rough go. Yes, stocks were higher. Acreage a little bit lower than expected. I was kind of surprised by that, quite frankly. But regardless, yes, I would say it was a fairly neutral report. Whenever you see corn trading 19 cents lower, seeing wheat trade 10 or 12 cents lower, does make a little more sense. Wheat's going to follow corn around a little bit more than soybeans. Let's be real about it. This isn't so much a wheat report as it is a corn and bean report, because this is one of the biggest ones of the year, of course, seeing planted acreage.
Yeah. And Darren, do you think maybe this is the kind of report, though, that can bottom the market? Can we turn from here? Do you think we were so bearish coming in?
Yeah, it's possible. I mean, the funds are holding a big short position across the board, and I think they've added to it the last few days. We'll get new COT numbers, but it doesn't include everything that was done during the week. And so I think they do have a short position they'll want to cover at some point.
Thanks so much, Darren and Matt. We'll have more U.S. Farm Report coming up. Tractor Tales is next.